Am I live?
You are live.
Hi everyone. Hey, this is Vaughn at Spirit of Health. Hey, we haven't done a Q&A for a while, so we thought we'd get back to our FaceTime live Q&As on Thursday. Let's see, today we're talking about, it's summer. It's the end of June. It's getting hot. It's like 100 degrees today. So we're talking about kids and how to keep your kids healthy for the summer and any questions related to bug bites and ticks and sunburns and all that fun stuff. So I got a few questions here. We'll go over those. I will let everyone know that we turned our air on last night. We went the whole summer and we had not turned our air on. I'm old school. I don't think we should be sitting in 72 degree perfect temperatures all day, every day. And so, yeah, our kids run around and they sweat and we do fans at night and it's fun. I mean, that's how I grew up. So, but when it reaches 100 degrees, that's a little hot. So I broke down and I turned on the air. So I just thought I'd everyone know that. I've told other people that and they've done the no air thing and they love it. It's amazing how fun that can be. All right, so first question, Charlie and Merla Turner. How to treat bug bite itching without Benadryl or similar over-the-counter medication? Thanks. So, I mean, your bug bite itch would have to be pretty bad if you needed Benadryl. There are natural antihistamines and things you can get. I didn't grab any of those, but there's one called D-Hist Junior that's for kids, or D-Hist for adults. So it's a natural antihistamine that you can take. But there's all kinds of great things that you can do naturally for bug bites. What I do with my kids, with myself more, I'd say I've defaulted to using oregano. I don't know why, it just seems to work. I just take the liquid oregano oil. If I get a mosquito bite or any bug bite, I put it on there and boom, it's like the itch is gone, the pain is gone, I don't even feel it anymore. It's like nothing even happened. So the oregano oil has been amazing for me. There's your traditional stuff. There's your calamine salve. I love all the Smoky Hills Farm stuff, so this is a calamine salve that you can use on those bug bites and those itchy things. Comfrey salve, that's what I was looking for. This is called healing salve. I call it comfrey salve, but it's comfrey and plantain with olive oil, and this is really good for bug bites, for wound healing. The other thing we use for everything is the olive gold. My girls ask for this. When they get a bug bite or an itch or anything, they're like, I want olive gold. It's just their default because they know it like helps them and it kind of works for everything. So I would just work on bug bites with those guys. We have a couple of natural bug sprays. Dottie has this bug off balm. She has a spray too, Smoky Hills Farm, I should say. And then this Herbal Protect X, because I think the next question's about ticks. We get that one a lot. I'll just ask that question now. Heidi Maythaler. Hi, Heidi, if you're watching. Yes, all things ticks. What to do after a tick bite and what to do if one goes unnoticed and is attached for a while. Good question. So this is called Herbal Protect X, but they actually used to call it Tick X. They had to change the name. I'll tell you why they had to change the name, because it's really crazy. But Procter & Gamble, this big, giant chemical company, they had a product named that it said tick on it, and so they claimed some right or ownership of the word tick, and they made them change their name. Isn't that ridiculous? So anyway, they had to change it to Protect X, but they used to call it Tick X because these are really strong essential oils, and if you spray it around your like your ankles and your waistline and different things, then it'll keep ticks and bugs away. It works against mosquitoes, all kinds of stuff. So there's all kinds of good natural bug sprays. I like the Protect X by North American Herb & Spice. But if you get a tick, our girls get ticks. I grew up with ticks. I don't get freaked out by ticks. My wife gets freaked out by ticks. In Hawaii, they don't have ticks. So it's like this foreign creature that, we don't like. But growing up with ticks, it's really not that big of a deal. I know there's a fear of Lyme disease and all that, and that's really sad and tragic for people that's happened to. But that definitely is rare, and if you get a tick, the best thing to do Now, there's all kinds of theories out there about using essential oils and burning them and doing all these things. I don't believe you need to do any of that stuff. I've actually heard that that's very detrimental, that it actually forces the tick to shoot all the poisons and toxins into the skin. So what we found that always works, and I would say, I think I'm 100% on this. I don't want to claim that I'm 100% without knowing for sure, but I'm close to 100%, is you get a tweezer and you get it as close to the skin as possible where the tick is, and you squeeze and pull. And your goal is to pull that tick out and it still be alive. And that's where I said I'm about 100%, because every time I pull that tick out of myself or my wife or the kids, that I put that tick on my hand and that little dude's just crawling around hanging out. So he's still alive. And so that, because there's always that fear of the head being stuck in there and all that. And so I think you just, what did Eric call it? Pick it and flick it. You just pick it and flick. That's what they did back in Arkansas. Pick it and flick it, and then ticks. So so don't mess with those things, man. Just get in there, get the tweezers, yank the thing out, kill it, flush it down the toilet, do whatever. Now, after a tick bite, this is important. I love the black drawing salve by Smoky Hills Farm. And so when our girls get a tick bite, just as an extra precaution, we take a little bit of the black drawing salve, we put it right on the little spot, and we put a little Band-Aid on it. Now, sometimes you don't notice much. I have had times where I put this black drawing salve on one of the spots and it swells up and it gets all big and crazy looking. Clearly, the drawing salve is pulling and drawing some toxins and some poisons out of the body and out of the bloodstream. So remember, the same way that toxins go into the body or into the blood, you can actually draw them back out through that same area. It's kind of like, that old, I don't know if it's true or not, but that old folk tale that like you get bit by a snake and you like can suck the blood out of that area. And I don't know if that's true or not, but we do know that you can draw and pull toxins out of the body through the same area where the bite was by putting on a black drawing salve. So that's what I would recommend for the ticks. And then, of course, just every single night after, in the summer, especially if our girls go in the woods or something, or if we go in the woods, but we've just gotten in the habit of after the bath routine, every night we do a tick check. So do family tick check and really check the backs of the ears, because for whatever reason, ticks like to hang out in the ears and behind the ears, the nape of the neck, and then, of course, around like the waistline and stuff like that, under the armpits. So just do a tick check as well. All right, sunburns. This is Kelly Rose. Sunburns and basic first aid for cuts and scrapes, besides a Band-Aid and antibiotic ointment, and natural lice treatment. So that's like 3 in 1. So sunburns, of course you can do aloe. I didn't bring any aloe, but you can do good old aloe vera. But I like olive gold for everything. Olive gold works for burns, like if you burn yourself on a stove or a hot pan, but it also works on sunburns. And so it's ozonated olive oil. So anytime you mix, you get the oxygen in the mix, it's a very, very quick healer. I've heard stories of people who got burned, like 3rd-degree burns over their whole body, and actually encased themselves in a tent of ozone and healed their skin very quickly. The dentist we work with, Dr. Julie Babcock, all kinds of amazing healing stories using ozone in the mouth. So I like the ozonated olive oil, the olive gold for sunburns to heal them very quickly. Again, good old aloe vera juice. You can get astaxanthin, the bioastin, which will protect your skin, and you will start to tan instead of burn. Tan is healthy. I don't know if I can say that enough. I need to be more tan. I need to get out in the sun more, or maybe just move to Hawaii, which is where my wife's from. But when I go to Hawaii or Florida, I get tan. My little girl, one of the little girls, tans super easy. Noelle, she like looks at the sun and she's tan. Whereas my other daughter, she's like me, it takes a little more time. I think tan is healthy. I think white and pale is a sign of not good health. I've read books about people who got on a raw food diet, started cleansing and eating really well and getting in the sun, and their skin got super dark. And I mean dark as in like healthy. So I think as we get healthier and cleaner and get in the sun more, I think that's a good thing, and we should be doing that. We shouldn't go in the sun and in 20 minutes we're fried to a crisp. Like, there's clearly a problem there. Like, God designed us in a garden to be outside all day communing with him in the sun. So it shouldn't be causing as many problems with our skin as it is. So try the BioAstin. You take it every day. Protects your skin. You'll start to tan and not burn so easily. I've experienced that firsthand. You guys have probably heard me talk about it if you watch my videos at all. So first aid. Smoky Hills Farm, she's got everything. She's got a first aid salve. So you got the first aid salve that's got calendula, chamomile, chickweed, comfrey, plantain, same stuff that's in this healing salve. So this would be a great first aid salve too. But this just has more in it because the calendula and chamomile are really good. So this is a first aid salve. It says for cuts, burns, bites, stings, boo-boos, and rashes. So we love her stuff. So that would be a great for cuts and scrapes. This is called a sporin salve. So we got a healing salve. So that's like your wound healer. And the sporin salve, and the reason it's called sporin salve is you think of, what was that stuff called? Neosporin. Everybody grew up with Neosporin, right? I think they probably still sell it in the drugstores. Well, that's got chemicals and weird stuff in it. So this sporin salve is golden seal and myrrh. And golden seal and myrrh are very good antibacterials. So if you want to protect that area and make sure it doesn't get infected, and you want a stronger antimicrobial, get a sporin salve, or you can just do what my parents did growing up, is we just threw hydrogen peroxide on everything. Did you guys do that, Hannah?
I did do that, actually.
You did? Okay. So, like, if I got cut or a scrape or whatever, like, my mom, she didn't care if it stung a little bit. Like, you'll get over it, right? She just dumped hydrogen peroxide over there. It's easy. It's cheap. Again, we don't need to go to the doctor and buy all these crazy drugs and salves and potions and creams. Just get some simple herbal stuff or just get some hydrogen peroxide. All right, let's see. Reagan. I don't know if it's Reagan or Regan. It looks like Reagan. Kellis Ferguson. My daughter's been struggling all summer with a UTI. What do I do about that? Man, that's no fun. Yeah, our daughters had that a little bit. My wife struggled with UTIs. What's helped my wife a lot with UTIs was apple cider vinegar in water. So if you can get her to do a little apple cider vinegar in water, that's good. Sea salt in water is good. So anything that purifies and cleanses is going to help that urinary tract. So sea salt in water, apple cider vinegar in water, those are very helpful. I grabbed this. We gave this to our daughter, helped her a lot. It's called UT Vibrance. She had a bladder infection and she would just lose her bladder. So you have to be careful with the foods too, because if you're eating lots of grains and starches and sugars, that's going to be problematic. Fruit, not so much. The fruit's okay as long as you stick to the good, high water content hydrating fruits. But if you're doing rice and pasta and cereal and goldfish and just all these processed grains and starches and sugars that kids are eating, it can be really, really bad on the bladder. So clean up the diet, get rid of those things. But this UT Vibrance by Vibrant Health has a lot of good stuff in it to clear out the urinary tract. So D-mannose is very good. And what you're clearing out here, just so you know, out of the urinary tract is E. coli. It's usually E. coli bacteria that's causing that urinary tract infection in there, and that's flaring up. So things that will get rid of E. coli, there's some strong antimicrobial herbs that are in here. Uva ursis, great for cleansing the bladder. Cranberry actually keeps the E. coli bacteria from actually sticking or adhering to the bladder wall. And then you can just flush that out of there. It's got golden seal in it, dandelion, parsley. So UT Vibrance is a scoop powder. Mix it in water or juice. Take it, super easy. This is designed to knock out UTIs. So hopefully that helps with that. Let's see. Miria Worthen, traveling on airplanes, want to support my immune system. Yeah, absolutely. So let's see. I didn't bring any of that kind of stuff. Oh, sorry. I got to go back first because Kelly also asked about natural lice treatments. And we do have this product by this company called Fairy Tales. It's Lice Goodbye Survival Kit. So you actually buy natural things that kill and remove lice with no chemicals in it. I have also heard that neem oil and castor oil works. So you can actually take castor oil and neem, blend them together, and you can lather that all over the head and all that. And it actually, like the neem kills the lice, the castor oil actually smothers it so it can't breathe. And so a few treatments of that can knock out lice as well. Okay, so going back to the airplanes, immune system, just your traditional stuff. When people travel, I like to tell them to take oregano. So the North American Herb and Spice, liquid oregano capsules is good, or the sinus spray to keep the sinus cavity clear is really good. This, what's that called? Sinuorega. So I like the oregano stuff. Olive leaf is really good. There's a Wish Garden has a lot of good products like Kick It Biotic, and their immune formulas are really good. So just take a good herbal formula along traveling with you. That I always default to oregano. It's my favorite stuff. It seems to work for everything. So I really go with the oregano-based stuff. We even have these little travel things that you can get that emit ozone and can kind of protect you while you're traveling. It's called a personal air purifier. So there's all kinds of stuff you can get, but without going crazy with it, just get the oregano stuff. Take a little bit of that every day. Maybe take some probiotics with you or something like that. Simple meals to prepare for traveling. That's a tough one. Yeah, we struggle with that too. I mean, when we go to a hotel, we try to get a kitchen, and we just go shopping at the grocery store just like we're at home, and we bring our Vitamix and we make smoothies and stuff, or just buy fruit and eat fruits and vegetables. We cut up, if you just stick to mainly fruits and vegetables, you can do it fairly simply. Just eat fruit as a snack and just make smoothies and stuff like that. So hopefully that helps. She also asked, my kids swimming in a pool with chlorine. How concerned should I be? It's a great way for us to get outside, get some fresh air and exercise. It's 90 to 100 degrees in the summer. So yeah, I get it. We take our kids to the pool. The pool is chlorinated. It's not our favorite, but my gosh, you can't be perfect. You can only fight so many battles. And they love going to the pool. So, they shower afterwards. We get the chlorine off. And we look around all the time for a saltwater pool. We haven't found one yet. So hopefully we'll start getting, people will kind of wake up to the toxicity and get some saltwater pools and some different things that we can use. You can use oxygen and ozone and different things in pools. But we do also take our kids to the pool, and we just make sure they shower afterwards. And I'm just not going to, maybe that sounds weird coming from me, maybe not, but I just don't freak out. You can't freak out about everything, so I don't freak out about the chlorine at the pool. So if your kids are sensitive to it and having breakouts and stuff, that could be a different story. But we do so many other good things. I'd like to think that they're strong enough to be able to handle anything like that. And then Miria Worthen also asked about a pillow or something for her kids. Basically what you were talking about maybe is the IMRS mat, I'm thinking. You can just look it up on our website in the services section. It lists all our services. We got the sauna in there and then the IMRS. And yeah, it's great for adults. It's great for kids. We've used it for various different issues for both. It's great for sleep. It's great for pain. It's great for all kinds of different things. I don't know if you were thinking about the amethyst crystal mat. I'm not exactly sure what you were asking specifically, but we also used to have an amethyst crystal mat that we don't have in the store anymore, but I have one at home, and my girls love it because it keeps them warm, and if they get sick, they always want to go lay on the hot mat. So all through the winter, they did that a lot. They called it the hot mat, and that was an amethyst crystal mat, or also called a biomat. So that was really all the questions. So yeah, summer's fun. Get the kids outside. Our kids are 5 and 3, so we do as little clothing as possible. They run around in their little swimsuits or sometimes half naked, up to a certain age. Our boy's 15 months now, and he mostly runs around naked. I wish I could run around naked outside. I'm just being really honest with you guys. I mean, Garden of Eden, like my heart longs for just getting back to God and the garden and just the simplicity of life of being outside and not being scared of the sun and not have to slather all kinds of creams and weird things. I mean, isn't it weird? Isn't our world so weird that we've created now? So yeah, I hope you all get outside and you get back to enjoying God's creation. Don't fear the sun. It's extremely healthy and beneficial for you. You want to have healthy kids? let them run around, let them get hot, let them sweat, let them experience nature and the natural environment. Stop caking their skin with this white chemical-filled sunscreen, and it's just horrible things that we're just doing to our families and our kids that we don't need to. We need to embrace God and creation, get outside, get in the sun, and just enjoy it. If you live where we live, we don't have a lot of, the summer gets pretty hot, but the winter gets pretty cold, and so just enjoy getting outside while you can. Take advantage of it. So, are there any questions, Hannah? Did anybody pop up any questions or anything? Mm-hmm. Okay, well, thanks y'all for watching, and we'll see you next Thursday. God bless.